Ron, when you look at that journey that we were talking about a little bit before, to go a little bit deeper into that, there is a misconception about the transfer portal.
Right.
And that everybody kind of just takes it as, I don't want to be here, I don't want to commit, I don't want to work.
Yeah.
What was your story? What is your story about why you utilized it the way you did?
Yeah, definitely, especially this now being my fourth school, the last three schools, it was always a situation where the coach, had to leave, whether they were getting let go from the school or they got a promotion, and it just, would put me and myself, in just a tougher position, just trying to figure out, what's next for me, whether I wanted to go with that coach or go to a different program. And I would say I'm thankful for the transfer portal just because it really got me to this point, and I'm thankful for all the experiences I had before. And, it was some hard times, just having to, just restart all over again. But, like I was kind of saying, I'm just thankful for, just everything, all the experiences, the highs, the lows, because I think it's a huge reason why I'm the person I am today. So.
And you talked about kind of navigating the highs and lows, a team that leans on their faith. You said your parents met at church.
Yeah.
So how much do you lean on your own faith?
That's all I really try to lean on, really, just my faith and my family. I'm just a huge man of faith, man of God. I think he is the reason why, I'm alive today and why I can just play this game that I love and why I'm blessed the way I am. And, I try to give all credit and all glory to him, as much as I can, just because I know that, if I try to, take it for granted or, he could just take it all away, So I just want to just glorify him and just everything that I do and, just do right by him. So.
What does that mean to you to live that every day? To, like I would talk to Javon about being unapologetic,
right,
about the fact that you have your faith in a world that everyone's got an opinion, everyone wants to tell you what to say and how to say it. Why do you say, hey, this is who I am, I'm proud to be this, and I'm not going to hide in the shadows with it?
No, and it's definitely hard too, just doing that, just like you said, just being in a world and society where, people can judge you for that, just being outwardly about your faith. But Jesus talks about it, in the Bible, just picking up your cross daily and, just allowing his light to shine through you, in the end, you will be blessed, and that's just something that's so big for me, just, not worrying about the outside noise, but just focusing on my relationship with him and, just spreading his word, because in the end, he is the one, and, he died on the cross for our sins, and I think he just deserves everything and more just for that, and I just feel like it's just right for me to give my all to him.
Well, I appreciate that. I don't know how to follow it up, but I do want to ask you about PK
right,
and just what it's been like for you to experience him, his personality, his energy, because we're living in that world where it seems like people don't want to commit to a program and stay with something, watch it grow. Like you said, you were on the other side of coaches leaving and different opportunities happening for them. But it seems like people want to play for PK, they want to be around him, and they want to kind of pour into it. What is his energy? How would you describe it, and why it seems like this team is an actual team?
Yeah, I would say his energy is contagious. He's just such a positive guy. He's a man of faith, a man who loves his family, and a man who loves basketball. So I feel like I can relate to that as well. And, he's just someone who is always consistent in who he is, no matter who's around, no matter who's at practice. He's just always coming in and just high energy, and it rubs off on all of us, just want to come to work every single day. And, I'm just very thankful to be able to play for such a great coach like him. So.